Okay. So last week, what we have done is, I haven't written anything on the board this week. I have given homework, no, last week from exercise 4.2, 4.3 and miscellaneous. But I do remember logarithms, we have a few homework to correct, if I'm right. Nahari. Logarithm, what are the homework method? We discussed one or two questions last week, so what do we have to discuss today? Can you quickly check and let me know? 3.6 second ENF. 3.6. Give me a second. 3.6 second ENF. Did we not discuss that last week? Can you double check? I have this vague memory that we discussed that, but I'm not very sure. Can you quickly double check and tell me, do we have to discuss 3.6 ENF? Others also you can check too. Right, okay. Hari. Okay, එහෙනම් අපිට ඒක තමයි discuss කරන්න තියෙන්නේ. Let me get the question to the whiteboard. Okay, this is exercise 3.6. I hope all of you did this. Second question, ENF. Mega කරපු අය කවුද? Give me a thumbs up if you did this question. Give me a thumbs up if you did this question. Okay, Sahiru has done. What about others? Denuri has done. Metna has done. Randira, Pasindu, Risindi. Pasindu has done. Others, did y'all do this question? Okay. Hi. So in this E question, we have to find the cubic root of 0.7519, right? Api me wage questions, examples keep out try kara, so you should be able to do this. Let's see if your answers are correct, right? Mom, make answer I will introduce some letter because it's easier. I will say you can put any letter you want. Mom kiana make answer ka x kiya. So then I convert this to logarithms, no? Log x equals log. We know if there is anything in the radical sign, 0.7519. Metan thiyena radical sign ke it's a cubic root, no? Cubic root I can bring as a power here as to the power 1/3. I can bring it to the top as to the power 1/3, right? Then I know when there is a power like this, I can bring it forward as a multiplication like this. 0.7519. Is this clear, Lamai? Up to this point, did you all get it? Up to this point? Others? Okay. All right. Now, can you all tell me the log value of 0.7519? 7519 ಗೆ log value එක මට බලලා කියනවද quickly? 0.7519. Yes, quickly tell me the log values you all got. Okay, Mitna. Others? Okay, Sahiru. Others? Excuse me, Namai. Okay, Pasindu. Yes. It's 8761. Excuse me, Namai. So here, default අනින්ද එකක් ඉස්සරහට ගිහිල්ලා. So we put bar 1 point. Bar 1.8761 is the log value of 0.7519. Now I have to divide this. Before dividing, here I'm gonna separate this into the characteristic and mantissa. Here the characteristic is -1, mantissa is 0.8761. Can I directly divide like this, Lamai? What do you all think? Can I directly divide like this, or do I have to make any change? මෙහෙම divide කරන්න පුළුවන්ද මට? No. Then what do I do? Characteristic එක මම change කරගන්න ඕනේ. Always when you have a negative characteristic, like here we have -1, the negative characteristic should be perfectly divisible by this. Negative characteristic එක can perfectly divide වෙන්න ඕනේ. But -1 is not perfectly divisible by 3, right? Then, can you all tell me how to change the characteristic in a way that it will be perfectly divisible? කොහොමද characteristic එක change කරන්නේ? Yes. When I'm like arranging the negative characteristic here, I should arrange it in such a way that the minus characteristic should always be divisible by 3. We discussed like a few examples of this. So -1, I can break it down as -3 plus 2. Right? -3 plus 2 solve කරාම -1 කොහොමත් එනවා. But here -3, the negative characteristic is perfectly divisible by 3. It's perfect. And here I have 0.8761. Then -3, මම මේ දෙනව combine කරලා ලියනවා. 2.8761. Now let's divide, because now it's so much easier, no? -3 can divide gram, it's -1. Then 2.8761 I have to divide by 3. 2.8761, no? 2 point. Positive characteristic එකක් නම් කමක් නැහැ, you can just divide. Negative characteristics වලදී තමයි අපිට අර problem එක එන්නේ. 2.8761 divided by 3. 3 times 0. Then 28 වලට 3 times 9 is 27. 1 remaining. Miss 7 palhat again, now I have 17. 3 times 5 is 15. 2 remaining, I bring this 6 down. 3 times 8 is 24. 26 minus 24, 2 remaining. I bring this 1 down, that's 21. 3 times 7 is 21. So I get 0 0.9587. 0 0.9587. Now I combine them and write together as bar 1.9587. Up to this point, is it clear, Lamai? Make it remain kakka what කියලා කියන්නේ for an example, what you mean is Pasindu, if we get more numbers here, right? Itana make just an example. Let's say we get like 2, 5, 6, 3. That's what you mean, right? What you have to do is, however many decimal places you get, you can only have 4 decimal places in a mantissa, right? Logarithms or a mantissa එකක we can only keep 4 decimal places. එතකොට ඔයා මෙතන 4 decimal places වලට මෙයාව round off කරන්න. Since this is 2, 2 is less than 5, එතකොට මෙයාව round off කරන්න පුළුවන් 0.9587. But if it was, let's say, here 6 is greater than 5, එතකොට ඔයා මෙයාව round off කරද්දී මේක 8 කියලා round off කරන්න. So even if you get more decimal places, just round it off to 4 decimal places. Okay, Pasindu? Okay. Now make අනිත් අයට clear ද ළමයි? Anybody has any questions? Okay. Now it's still log x, right? Log x now this is also log x. What I want is x, right? So I have to find the anti-log of this. So we know that usually අපි මේ වගේ anti-log හොයද්දී mantissa we read from the log table. Characteristic means where we keep the decimal point, right? Characteristic is always where we keep the decimal point. Mantissa is what we read from the log table. Can you tell me what you got for this anti-log of bar 1.9587? Okay, Sahiru. Others? Okay, Pasindu. Others? Okay, Mitna. Others? Cool. Okay. Ramdira, Risindi, Denuri. හරියටම ගත්තොත් the exact value would be 9092. 9091 එක, I mean 91 උනාට එච්චර අවුලක් නැහැ, they will give marks. But just check again. එක පාරක් double check කරලා බලන්න 91 දෙන්නේ කියලා. Right. Okay, Risindi. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. The 9092 bar 1 means default අනේද එකක් ඉස්සරහට යන්න ඕනේ decimal place එක, so it would be 0.9092. Is this clear to everybody, ළමයි? Any questions? Any questions? Okay. I'll give you 1 minute for recorrections. Make it fast. Okay, yes, no worries. I'll give you 1 extra minute. Quickly write. Done? Passing to done? All right. F. Let's move on to the next one. Root of 0.999. Make your answer. You can put any letter. I'll just put P. So log P equals LG. So 0.999, this is a square root, right? Square root I can also write as 0.999 to the power half, right? 0.999 to the power half. Then we know that this half I can bring to the front as multiplication. So half multiplied by LG, 0.999. Half multiplied by, can you all tell me the logarithm value of 0.999? Sorry, 0.99, yes, 0.999. Quickly tell me the log value. 0.999 में log value है. Okay, Metna. Okay, Sahiru. Okay, Pasindu. Randira. Okay. So yes, that is 9996. So I make a read kar hum log table ke you get 9996. Default and I එකක් ඉස්සරහට ගිහලා log I mean the decimal point, so I put bar 1. Now I have to do this division. I will first separate this into the characteristic and mantissa. Characteristic is -1, mantissa is 0.9996. Now the characteristic, I have to break it down. How would I break it down? Characteristic එක කොහොමද මම කඩාගන්නේ? So that the -1 should be perfectly divisible by 2. Yes. -2 plus 1. Bana -2 plus 1 solve karama -1 ma tamai en, right? However, here the negative number which is -2 is perfectly divisible by 2. That's perfect. Okay, that එහෙම තමයි එන්න ඕනේ. Here -1 were 2 ගෙන් perfectly divide වෙන්නේ නැහනේ. -1 is not perfectly divisible by 2. So I have to arrange -1 in such a way that මොකක් හරි minus value එක should be perfectly divided by 2. Plus එකේ නාම මොනවා වුණත් කමක් නැහැ. එහෙනම් කොහොමද මට arrange කරගන්න පුළුවන්? Exactly. So -2 plus 1 is minus 1. එතකොට minus 1 කොහොමත් එනවනේ. So මේ initial value එක change වෙන්නේ නැහැ. මොකද මේ දෙනව simplify කරත් මට minus 1 එනවා. එහෙම තමයි වෙන්න ඕනේ. Not that it's okay. That is how it has to be. It must be that way. However, where you arrange this, එයාව simplify කරාම මෙයාම වෙන්න ඕනේ. නැත්නම් අපිට ඕන විදිහට numbers වෙනස් කරන්න බෑ in a question. We can't just add whatever we want. We can't just remove whatever we want. If I'm changing something, the final value should be the same as this. Pasadu, is it clear? Okay. Then මෙතන අපේ mantis as usual 0.9996. Okay. Excuse me. Minus 2. Now මගේ plus characteristic එකයි mantis එකයි මම combine කරලා ලියනවා 1.9996. Now minus 2 divided by 2 is minus 1. Then 1.9996 I have to divide by 2. 1.9996 divided by 2. 0. 2 times 9 is 18. 2 times 9 is 18. 1 remaining. May 9 පල්ලෙහාට එනවා. Then 2 times again 9 is 18. 1 remaining. May 9 පල්ලෙහාට එනවා. 2 times 9 is 18. 1 remaining. May 6 පල්ලෙහාට එනවා. 2 times 8 is 16. So I get 0.9998. 0.9998. Now when I combine these two, I get bar 1.9998. Now this is still log P, right? If I want to get P, I have to find the antilog of this. Okay, can you all find that for me? What is the answer to this? Answer to that, give me excuse. Yeah. Okay, yes. What is the value you got for this? Others? Mm-hmm. 9994 Dave. For this, I will also check the log table. Nine 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 eight, no? One second. 9998. That will be 9994. Yes, that's right. 9994 default අරින්ද එකක් ඉස්සරහට ගිහලා decimal place එක, so it's 0 point. 0.9994. Is this clear to all of you, Lamai? Please give me a thumbs up if this is clear. Okay, I will give you a minute to do the recorrections. Okay, quickly. Done, Lamai? Okay. If you need extra time, let me know. Homework. 4.2 sixth question. So, logarithms we will discuss next day. Are there any more homework in logarithms that I have given you? Any more homework in logarithms that I have given you, Metna? Sahiru, no. Okay. No. Really? That's a problem. 3.7 එක මොන හරි දුන්නද? සාහිරු 3.7 එකේ E එක දීලා තියෙනවා. Is it only the that's good Pasindu. ඒක තමයි මං කිව්වේ logarithms so it's not that difficult for you now. It's because we have done a lot of questions. So make sure that you constantly revise logarithms. Like හැමලෙම revise වෙනවද කියලා බලන්න ඕනේ. මොකද logarithms is something that like if you don't practice much it gets forgotten. So අපි මම ඒකයි මේ homework එක ගොඩක් spread out කරන්න. ඒතර හැම week එකේම අපිට පොඩ පොඩ touch වෙනවානේ. හරි 3.7 එක කමක් නැහැ. මොකද මම අද correct කරන්න නැහැ. 3.7 එකේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ mark කරගන්න if you have not marked it. This is what I will be correcting next week. 3.7 එකේ E එක විතරයිනේ මම දීලා තියෙන්නේ නේ. 3.7 එකේ E එක කරන්න කරපු නැද්ද කට්ටිය because I will be correcting that. 3.7 E, please mark it. And 4.2 දෙමන මතක නැහැ 4.26 එකනේ. Okay. That's the corn question. 4.261. This is exercise 4.2. Alright. Shown in the picture is a thin glass containing the shape of a corn filled with a juice to half its height. So its total height is 16 centimeters. Half its height nang fill kala තියෙන්නේ මේක fill kala තියෙන්නේ 8 centimeters වෙන්න ඕනේ, right? Because the total height of that is 16. Half nang 8 centimeters වලට fill කරනවා. The radius of the glass is 12 centimeters and its height is 16. එතකොට මේ fill කරපු ටිකේ radius එක 6 centimeters. Find the area of the region on the glass surface that is in contact with the juice. So forget about the entire glass container and just look at the part that is filled with juice, right? If you just look at this one, this also looks like a cone, no? Juice fill karapu part එක විතරක් ගත්තා, that is also a cone. මේ බලන්න මේ. We have a circular face when we have a curved surface. This itself is a cone. Look එකත් cone එකක්, juice fill කරලා තියෙන part එකත් cone එකක්. අපෙන් අහන්නේ area of the region that on the glass surface that is in contact with the juice. Then glass එකේ මෙන්න මේ part එක, the part that I'm shading right now, is it in contact with the glass surface? Then can I get that area? No. Area එක ගන්න බෑ. එහෙනම් ඒ area එක නෙවෙයි ගන්න. මම ගන්නේ මේ වටේ තියෙන curved surface එකේ area එක විතරයි, because that curved surface is in contact with the glass. Right? That curved surface is in contact with the glass. So I'm only considering that area. So what is the, yes. What is the formula for finding the area of the curved surface of a cone? I got one answer already. Others, what do you think? මේ වටේ තියෙන curved surface එකට මොකද මම use කරන formula එක? If you remember, cone එකක total area එක හොයන්නේ pi r squared. Pi r squared is the circular surface plus pi r. Pi r කියන්නේ වටේ තියෙන curved surface එක. Here we are not considering the circular surface. එහෙනම් මෙයා ඕනේ නැහැ. We are only considering the curved surface. So we are only getting pi r. Pi RL. Pi is 22/7. If you take this juice filled part, the radius is 6 centimeters. Then what is L here? What is L here? Can I take 8 centimeters as L? Can I take 8 centimeters as L? 8 centimeters කියලා කියන්නේ ළමයි. Yeah. 8 centimeters is the perpendicular height. Yes. එහෙනම් අපිට Pythagoras දාන්න වෙනවා. Pythagoras දාන්නේ මම මෙන්න මේ triangle එකට, which is a right angle triangle. Because තමයි L කියන්නේ මෙන්න මෙයා. අපිට ඕනේ L මෙතනට. Not 8 centimeters. එහෙනම් මෙතනට 8 centimeters දාන්න බෑ. Okay. So, I'm going to apply Pythagoras. I'm going to apply Pythagoras on this side. May path 8 centimeters. This side is 6 centimeters. This side is L. L squared equals 6 squared plus 8 squared. 6 squared is 36. 8 squared is 64. When you add, it's 100. Then L is square root of 100. That is 10 centimeters. Now that I know what L is, I can use L as 10 centimeters here. Okay, let's do the simplification. Here 7 යට තියෙනවා 7 ගේ කවුත් කැපෙන්නේ නැහැ නේ. So let's just multiply what's on top. We have 22 times 6. 22 times 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 2 is 12 plus 1, 13. Then 132 multiplied by 10 is 1320. May numerator ke තියන ටික add කරා. So then I have to divide that by 7. 1320 divided by 7. 7 times 1 is 7. 13 minus 7 is 6. I bring this 2 down, that is 62. 7 times 80 is 56. 62 minus 56 is 6. I bring this 0 down, that is 60. 7 times 80 is 56. 60 minus 56 is 4. I put a 0. එතකොට මෙතන decimal place එකක් තියන්න ඕනේ. 7 times 5 is 35. 5 remaining. I put a 0 here. 7 times 7 is 49. Decimal places කීයකටද කියලා අහලා නැහැ නේ අපේ. Then අපි 3 decimal places වලට හොයලා 2 වලට round off කරමු. 7 times 7 is 49. 1 remaining. I put a 0. 7 times 1 is 7. So I get 188.571 when I round it off to 2 decimal places. That is 188.57. 188.57. We're talking about area, so it's square centimeters. Is this clear to all of you, Lamai? Others? Abhi last week volume පටන් ගත්තද? Did we start volume last week? Okay, up to which point did we do in volume? Somebody quickly check and tell me. Square based right pyramid එක කරාද? Square based right pyramid එක කරාද? අර කරානේ? 1/3 a squared h එක කරානේ? Did we do any examples from it? Or did we just learn the formula? One example, okay. 4.3 के 6 तक है only pyramid ne right square base right pyramid 4.36 find the radius of a solid hemisphere is like half of a sphere with surface area 1386. Now how do we find this? What is the formula for finding the surface area of a sphere? If you take a full sphere, what is the formula for finding the surface area of a sphere? Yeah, if you take a full sphere, what about the area? Hmm? 4 pi r squared. If you take a full sphere, you have to use 4 pi r squared. Now we are talking about half of a sphere, right? Half of a sphere would be something like this. Now what is the surface area? So අපි දන්නවා if you take a full sphere එකේ මේ මුළු එකමනේ 4 pi r squared කියන්නේ. දැන් මේක ගත්තොත් මේකෙන් half තමයි මෙතන තියෙන්නේ. This is half of that, so that would be 4 pi r squared के half. Can you see when you cut a hemisphere, you get an additional face? Yes, very good. බලන්න මේ මැද තිබ්බ circular face එක sphere එකේ තිබුණේ නැහැ. But when you cut a hemisphere, you get this circular face also. Can you see that, Lamai? Others, did you understand that? When it's just a sphere, there is no, it's just the surface, the curved surface. But when you cut a hemisphere, the curved surface is there. So sphere can bhagak තමයි curved surface එක, but there's also an additional circular face. Circle එකක area එක හොයන්න අපි pi r square. So එහෙනම් මේකට තව pi r square එකක් add වෙන්න ඕනේ. Because you get an extra circular face. මේ question එකේ මම answers දෙන්න time එක දෙන්නම්. එතකොට එතන මේ if it's better if you could draw this diagram as well. එහෙට කරන්නම්. Okay. So this is our formula නේ. The area එක ඒගොල්ලන්, so this is what we are going to use. Area they have given, surface area is 1386. 1386 equals 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4. බලන්න මෙතන තියෙනවා 2 pi r squared, මෙතන තියෙනවා pi r squared, add කරාම it becomes 3 pi r squared, right? Did you understand that, lamai? Here we have 2 pi r squared, here we have pi r squared, so that is 3 pi r squared. Is that clear? Yeah. So 1386 equals 3 times pi is 22 over 7 r squared. R we don't know because r is what they're asking, radius. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, yeah, same thing. කෙලින්ම මෙතන 4 pi r squared divided by 2 ගන්නතු කෙලින්ම 2 pi r squared ගත්තට කමක් නැහැ. Yeah. So then this 3, when I bring it to other side, it becomes division. Then this 22 also, when I bring it to the other side, it becomes division. This 7 here, it's divided. When I bring it to the other side, it becomes multiplication. Equals r squared. Okay. So 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 4 is 12. 13 can 1 remaining. So 18 is 3 times 6 is 18. 3 times 2 is 6. Then 462 you can divide by 22. Sorry, 11. 11 times 2 is 22. Right? What? What do you mean r squared plus r squared? R to the power 4. No, 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 no. R to the power 4 when r squared multiplied by r squared do not. Indices they add color 2 plus 2 4 enough. But r squared plus r squared would be 2r squared. Okay, Pasidu. Okay. So 11 times 2 is 22. 11 times 4 is 44. 45, 46 can 2 remaining. 22 can 11 times 2. Then 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 21 is 42. So r squared is 21 multiplied by 7. So 21, let's multiply by 7. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 2 is 14. We get 147. Give me a second. We divided this by 3. Divided by 22. Or 11 times. 147 නේ. හරි. අපිට perfectly divide වෙන එකක් එන්නේ නැහැ. So what did you get for the answer here? මේක so r is of course root of 147 නේ. මේක ඔයාලට පුළුවන් එක්කෝ you can use the long division method that we learned. ඒ කියන්නේ when you have to find the square root of something, we learned in the square root lesson. You can either use the first approximation method or you can use a long division method. You can also use logarithms. Mama logarithms link another. If we convert this to logarithms, log r equals log. This is square root. So that becomes 147 to the power 1 over 2. So this power becomes multiplication 1 over 2 LG 147. Half 147 log value vector read කරන්න. Can somebody read and tell me 147 log value vector? Quickly. Okay, 1673. Default and then dekak passata gila tinda it becomes 2 point. Then this has to be divided by 2 ne. So apne kelimma divide කරන්න පුළුවන්. 2 or 2 again divide because this is a positive characteristic. So we can first plus 2. This is the characteristic plus 0.1673. So 2 divided by 2 is 1 plus 0.1673 2 again divide karna. So 2 times 0, 2 times 8 is 16, 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1, 7, 13 can 2 times 6 is 12. මෙන්න මෙහෙම තමයි එන්නේ. Right? So මෙන්න මෙයාව මම 2 ගෙන් divide කරා මෙහෙම එනවා. Now you know Mantissa can only have 4 decimal places, but there are 5 decimal places. So I'm gonna round these off. 6 to pass in 5 ne 5 is greater than or equal to 5. එහෙනම් මම මේක 6 නැතුව 7 කියලා ලියනවා. Up to this point is it clear ළමයි? ඔයගන්ට ඕන log දාන්න නැතුව long division method use කරන්න පුළුවන්, first approximation use කරන්න පුළුවන්, right? But here I'm using log. Log is also one option. I will combine this and write 1.0837. Okay, I think I also prefer log. මම සාමාන්‍යයෙන් කැමති log use කරන්න because no, don't keep it as surds. Most of the time, Pasina, did you understand this part? Up to this point, did you understand? ඒක තමයි. එහෙනම් don't worry too much about like how you're going to do questions like this in the future. Let's slowly get the practice. As long as you understand what we're doing right now, that's enough. Okay? එතකොට අපි ඉස්සරහට questions කරද්දී you will be able to naturally apply log. So the question was surge. Surge විදිහට ලියන්න එපා. Surge අපි ඉගෙන ගන්නවා තමයි. Surge is very important. හැබැයි exam එකේ final answer එක you have to simplify and write. Okay? මොකද surge එන්නේ ගොඩක් වෙලාවට first paper එකේ. How you apply the log? What do you mean? From this to this? May step is this what you didn't understand? So here, then api is calling log questions karadi. See here, we needed to find root of 0.999, right? Root of 0.999 හොයද්දි මම එයාට letter එකක් දාලා එයාව log වලට convert කරලා මෙහෙම හෙව්වා. And ඒකෙන් මට 0.999 ගේ root එක ආවා. මේ question එක clear ද පසින්දු? This question that we did earlier in homework discussion. ඉතින් ඒකම තමයි මෙතනත්. මෙතන මට හොයන්න ඕනේ root of 147. මම letter එකක් දාන්න ඕනේ because the letter is already there. So ඒකම මම log වලට convert කරනවා. That same thing I do. Okay? Okay. Now this is okay. So this is still log r. I need r. R is anti-log 1.0837. Okay, can you all quickly find the value of this? Quickly find the value of this. Log table එකක් තියෙනවා ඊළඟ log table එකෙන් බලලා ටක් ගාලා කියන්න. Follow me quickly. I'm waiting for you all to find this. Make a read කළා මට කියන්න log table එකෙන්. Okay, Pasindu? Metna, okay? Others? Yeah. It is 1, 2, 1, 2. මෙතන 1 තියනවා කියන්නේ D4 තැන එකක් පස්සට ගිහිල්ලා, so it should be here. එහෙනම් radius should be 12.12 centimeters. Centimeters වලින් නේද මේක unit එක තියෙන්නේ යා. මේක තේරෙනවද ළමයි ඔයගලන්ට? Can you give me a thumbs up please? Others? Yes, definitely we are going to do a lot more questions like this, so don't worry. And past papers are අපිට ගොඩාක් තියෙන මේ වගේ questions කරා. So we will be getting a lot of practice. එතකොට මේක එච්චර අමාරු වෙන්නේ නැහැ. Maths is not about learning, it's about practicing. මොකද අත්‍තරම ගත්තොත් එම learn කරන්න ලොකු දෙයක් නැහැ. Log වල there might be a little too much, but generally maths ගත්තොත් එම compared to other subjects there's nothing to learn, no. So it's just, I mean, theory part is very little. But it's most in a way අත්‍තරම ඔක්කොම totally ගත්තොත් it's all about doing questions and getting that practice. Okay, quickly copy this down now. My log table, log table log part එක focus කරලා තියන්න, but I think you also can move the board from your end. I will set a timer for 4 minutes to do the corrections of this question quickly. My time is up. -2 plus 1. No, here it's not -2. This is plus. Therefore, we don't have to put it as minus. Here, then we put it as plus. Okay? හරි නේද? Is that clear? Decimal in front of 7. I don't get it. Decimal in front of 7, where? 143, okay. So this is the default position of the decimal, but here the decimal is here. Again, දෙකක් පස්සට ගිහිල්ලානේ. So දෙකක් පස්සට ගිහලා we put 2 point. But if it was like this 0.0147, default time දෙකක් ඉස්සරහට ගිහලා then it becomes -2 bar 2. එතකොට මෙතන එන්නේ bar 2.1673, that would be -2. Okay? Okay. Miscellaneous, okay, we have 135, but we will discuss it next week. අපේ next week discuss කරන homework list එකට අපි ඒකත් add කරමු. Surface area, miscellaneous. Because we have to quickly move on, and also again surface area සති දෙක තුනක් කරා කියලා කමක් නැහැ. I mean next week we'll finish discussing that. So last week we did the volume of solids. We started the volume of square base right pyramid, and as you said, we did one example. Let's try a question. Go to exercise 5.1. Can you all try the second and third questions? They are a bit different from each other, but they are both very important. Midday Kerala, we will move on to the con. Rest of it we can do as homework. Ne? This is exercise 5.1. Exercise 5.1, second and third. I won't set a timer, but as soon as you finish, let me know. Quickly do. This is on page 66. Let me know when you're done, Lamai. The root of any number you can find using log. Yes. Just like what we did previously, root of anything, cubic root, square root, whatever it is, you can find using log. Okay. If this requires that, better to use log. Try using it. Because you learn something new. Try to do, and then when we discuss, we can correct now. Try kara. Others also let me know when you're done. Na? Okay. So others. Okay, yes, I'll give you 1 to 2 minutes. Please finish, quickly finish. Okay, Lamai. I think now it's enough time. Everybody done? Give me a thumbs up. Yeah, Metna done, Sahiru done. Okay. What about others? Okay, let's discuss. Second one, a square pyramid of height 10 centimeters has a base of area 36 square centimeters. First of all, අපමුලින් second එක මේ discuss කරන්නේ. If you take volume, if you take volume, it's 1 over 3 a squared h. What is a? What is a? What do we take as a? No, like a means base එකේ base, it's a square base, right? Square base එකේ side එකක length එක, right? But මෙතන square base එකේ side එකක length එක දීලා නැහැ, but the base has an area of 36 square centimeters. So we know the base is a square. Base is a square, all four sides are equal, right? And we know one side is a. So a times a is a squared. Area එක කියන්නේ a squared, right? I'll write this as this area of base is 36 square centimeters. Area of base can a times a, that is a squared, right? So a squared is 36 square centimeters. So after making කෙලින්ම a is 6 centimeters කියලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. Okay? එහෙම නැත්නම් if you look at the expression for volume, that is 1 over 3 a squared h. කෙලින්ම a squared මේකට දාන්න පුළුවන්. So ආ කෙලින්ම a හොයන්න නැත්. ඒ කියන්නේ මේක simplify කරලා a හොයන්න නැතුව කෙලින්ම a squared වම මේකට දාන්න පුළුවන්. Okay? So if you want to, you can find a, because if a squared is 36, a is 6, right? So එතර එයාගෙන් ආයෙ මේක හොයන්න පුළුවන්. But එහෙම ඕනේ නැහැ, because මෙතනටත් ඕනේ a squared වම තමයි, right? අර එහෙම හෙව්වට කමක් නැහැ. Don't get me wrong, but this is shorter. 1 over 3. Sorry, Risindi? A fourth lesson we will be finishing today. So fifth lesson will be starting next day. Okay. So, a squared 36. And what is, wait. This is the fifth lesson. Aapne volume volume is the fifth lesson, no? This is the fifth lesson. Fifth lesson we started last week and we are finishing it today. Make time fifth එක. Okay. Right. Okay. I thought can අපි that exercise 4 point කීයට වින්ද මගේ ඔළුවේ තිබි this is the fourth lesson කියලා. This is the fifth lesson. මේක අපි last week අම්මා හිතන අන්තිම පැය භාගය වගේ start කරේ. Anyways, a squared is 36. Now what is h? ඒගොල්ලන් දීලා තියෙනවා නේද h එක? H is not this, this is L. Sorry, make a name. This is L. L නෙමෙයි අපෙන් අහන්නේ h. H is the perpendicular height, that is 10 centimeters. They have anyways given it as height. So height is 10 centimeters. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 12 is 36. 12 times 10 is 120 square, sorry, cubic centimeters. Volume now it's cubic. Area now is square. Did you understand this, Tama? Is this clear to all of you? Give me a thumbs up. Okay. හැමෝටම ආවද මේ answer එක? Okay. Let's go to the third one. The volume of a square pyramid of height 12 centimeters. හරි. මම මේ පැත්ත කරන්නම් ඒක. I'll just draw a rough sketch. This is the square base pyramid. So this is a height. Height is a perpendicular height. Height is 12 centimeters. Height is 12 centimeters. Volume එක දීලා තියෙනවා 256 and they're asking us the side of the base. ඒනේ අහන්නේ නේ. Volume equals 1/3 a squared h. Volume they have given as 256 cubic centimeters. 1/3 a squared. A done is the length of a side, right? I don't know a, so I'll just write a squared. H is 12 centimeters that they have given. So when I simplify, 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 4 is 12. Okay. Now, when I bring this 4 to this side, 256, this 4 may division. So on this side, I have a square. Okay, 4 times 6 is 24, 25 can 1 remaining, 16 is 4 times 4, 16. And a squared can is 64. If a squared is 64, a is square root of 64. Therefore, a should be 8 centimeters. Is this clear, Lamai? Okay. Homework I'll give at the end. Okay. Then let's move on to the right circular cone. Put a subtopic. Right circular cone. Make a log වලින් yes මේකත් log වලින් ගන්න පුළුවන්. මේක log වලින් මම ගත්තේ නැත්තේ මොකද 64 perfect square එකක් නේ. ඒතර perfect square නම් ටක් ගාලා ඔයාලට මතක් වෙනවා 8 times 8 is 64 කියලා. Perfect squares log වලින් හොයන්න ගියොත් අනවශ්‍ය විදිහට time එකක් යනවා. මට හිතෙන්නේ time එක අපරාධේ. So අපි දන්න squares ටිකක් තියෙන for an example 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9, 4 squared means 4 times 4 is 16, 5 times 5 is 25, 6 times 6 36, 7 times 7 49, 8 times 8 64, 9 times 9 81, 10 times 10 100. ඒ වගේ අපි දන්න ටිකක් තියෙනවානේ. ඒ දන්න ටික අපි ඒක ටගල් ස්ක්වයර් රූට් එක ගන්න එක ලේසි rather than going with the log වලුත් තියෙනවා හැබැයි 64 can definitely 8 times 8. That is something that since we have done a lot of questions ඒක ටගල් මතක් වෙන්න ඕනේ. Okay. But let's say මෙතන 66 වගේ තිබ්බා කියලා we know 66 is not a perfect square, then better to use log. Is that clear? Okay. So right circular cone. Let me first draw a cone. Right, that's why. 106 okay. So simplification වල මොකක් හරි පොඩි error එකක් ආපු නිසා 106 එන්නේ නැත්තේ. But you understand now, right? So එහෙම වැරදුනහම better to like later after the class, like later when you're doing homework or something, try doing it again and see if you get the right answer. Okay. So this is a right circular cone. I will say the radius of this circular part is R, and I will say that this height is, the perpendicular height is H. Make a gatama. Mama made dimensions. Remember when we were doing the I'm sorry if I'm talking with a bit of low energy. It's because I'm not very well. But anyways, right? As long as we're doing the class, that's what matters. I was about to cancel the class, but then I thought no, because මේ කාලේ අපි classes cancel කරගන්න හොඳ නැහැ. පුළුවන් තරම් පුළුවන් විදිහට හරි කරන්න ඕනේ කියන එක හිතපු ඉඳ තමයි I thought we will do the class somehow. Because we have to finish this first book soon so that we can move on to the second book. Okay. But anyways, bear with me. Okay. So if you remember last time when we were doing the square base right pyramid, ඒකේ අපි කිව්වා එයාගේ volume එක is 1/3 of the volume of a cuboid with the same dimensions. දැන් මේක ගත්තොත් එහෙම මේ ඇවිල්ලා right circular cone එකක් නේ. මම මේ වගේම measurements තියෙන, dimensions means measurements, right? මේ වගේම measurements තියෙන cylinder එකක් ගන්න. I'm taking a cylinder with the same measurements. If you take this right circular cone, එයාගේ circular base එකේ radius එක R, මේ cylinder එකේ circular base එකේ radius එක R. If you take this right circular cone, එයාගේ perpendicular height එක H, මේ cylinder එක ගත්තොත් එයාගේ perpendicular height එක H. See, same dimensions, I mean same measurements. මේ cone එකේ cylinder එකේ දෙකෙම තියෙන same measurements. එහෙම same, when you take a circular cone and a cylinder with the same measurements, අපි කියනවා volume of the cone is equal to 1/3 of volume of the cylinder. Volume of the cylinder having the same measurements, huh? Same measurements there. Okay, so let's see. 1/3. We know how to find the volume of a cylinder already. How do we do that? Pi r squared h. So 1/3 pi r squared h. And volume of a cone can make. So what's that? And මේකටම තමයි අපි volume of a cone කියලා කියන්නේ. Volume of a cone is 1/3. Volume of a cone is 1/3 of the volume of a cylinder having the same measurements. So therefore, අපිට දැන් cylinder එකේ කතාව ඕනේ නැහැ. මම එක just to show you how it's coming only I showed the cylinder. Otherwise, this is the equation. Is this clear to you, Lamai? Okay, quickly copy this down. Quickly copy this down, then we'll do a question. To which lesson are you getting, Pasilu? Fifth. Fifth nang, that should be okay, no? Because fifth is what we're doing right now, ne? Next fifth, I mean this week we are going to finish the fifth lesson anyways. මොකද sixth lesson එක නම් හරියම චූටි lesson එකක්. Binomial expressions is a very short lesson. We can finish it within like 1 hour, but අපි homework එහෙම discuss කරලා ඔක්කොම කරනකොට ඉතින් one class වගේ යයි. Then algebraic fractions, again my last week කියන්න that's also quite a short lesson, maybe like one day, one class. But ඊට පස්සේ නවනේ අපේ parallel lines වල lesson එක. ඒකට අපිට ටිකක් වැඩිපුර time ඕනේ because that's geometry. Geometry, you know how it is, right? So ඒකට තමයි අපිට ටිකක් වැඩිපුර time යන්නේ. Otherwise binomial expressions and algebraic fractions are quite easy, and they don't take too much time. මම ඔයාලට හරියටම කියන්නද when we will be done with the first book? Since today we will be finishing the fifth lesson. අපි April 13. Oh, that's a problem, no? We have a class on April 13th. 13th is අවුරුදු day, no? Oganta, when are y'all getting the April vacation, lamai? When are y'all getting the April vacation? Seventh until when? No, ඇත්තටම කිව්වොත් 13 රෑ කරන එක හරි නෑනේ class එක නේද, because next day we have අවුරුදු. So that's not a very nice thing to do. It's not very like ethical. Ethical, the වචන කියන්න මට I don't know what the exact word to use is, but I think අවුරුදු you deserve to celebrate අවුරුදු නේ. 13 morning වගේ කරොත් අපිට හැබැයි අවුලක් නෑ නේද, because then it won't like disrupt with your celebrations. You can do like sometimes you have like a pre-අවුරුදු cousins එකතු වෙන අරම තියෙනවනේ. I mean, we have those. I can't do a class on 13th evening because අවුරුදු is something that I look forward to. Shall we do 13th morning? අරතර උදේ කරලා ඉවර කරගත්තාම you have the rest of the day for අවුරුදු celebrations and whatnot, no? What do you all think? I know that it's quite far away. තව මාසයක්ම අපිට තියෙනවා. But then midang idea එකක් තිබ්බොත් අපිට ලේසියනේ. That's why I'm just asking, because now that we're in the topic. Do y'all think that 13th morning is better? Are y'all okay with 13th morning? Denuri is okay. What about others? Instead of 13th evening. Metna okay. Sahiru, Risindi okay. Pasindu okay. Randira? Randira, let me know. If Randira is also okay, happy 13th morning karam. Right, okay, great. ඒක එහෙනම් දැම්ම මොළුවේ තියාගන්න 13th morning පරණ අවුරුද්ද දවසේ උදේ තමයි අපේ class එක තියෙන්නේ. Right, let's do at 7 a.m. 7 or 7:30. So by 9:30, 10 we will be done, and then you can have the rest of the day for yourself. දවසම වෙනස් කරොත් ඔයගොල්ලෝ දන්නවනේ කෙරෙන්නේ නැහැනේ class එක. If we change the day entirely, the class won't happen. එකෙන් උඩ පුරාම තව කෙනෙක්ට බෑ. ඒකින්ද අපි දවසම තියමු, but just the morning, huh? හරි. Let's try a question. Shall we straight away do the exercise question, because it's not that difficult? මේ වොලියුම් වල තියෙන හැමලෙම equation එක කියන්නේ formula එක use කරන විතරයි. You know what 1/3 is just a fraction, pi is 22/7, r is radius, h is the perpendicular height. Can you do exercise 5.2 second question? Exercise 5.2 second question. ආය අපි වෙනම examples discuss කරන්න දෙයක් නෑ මෙතන. This is exercise 5.2. Second question. Quickly do this, Namay. So, Lamai, what's the volume you got for this one? Not yet. Who has finished? Okay, 2 more minutes. Make it fast. I'll set a timer. Can you all hear me? All right, okay. I'll set a timer for 2 minutes. Try doing this alone. Just try to do this alone and then we'll discuss. Okay, what's the answer? Mitna, what's the answer you got for this? Randira, Sahiru, Hasindu, Risindi. What is the answer you got for this? Okay, Mitna. Anita, try karad. Let's discuss. Lama, can you all hear me? Right, okay. I had a small connection issue. Let me share the whiteboard again. Give me a second. I'll share the link of the whiteboard in the group in the main chat. You can click on that. Yes, where did we stop? We were talking about the volume of this. I got one answer. Others, did you all get the volume of this? Did you all calculate this? Let's see. We have a cone. The height is 25 centimeters. We know height means this. This is 25 centimeters. The diameter is 21 centimeters. And we know the volume, how to find the volume. We have already learned the formula, right? So volume equals 1 over 3 pi r squared h. 1 over 3, we know pi is 22 over 7. What is radius here? Because we need r squared. R squared is radius. What is radius here? Is it 21 centimeters? Anamai? Half of 21, no? Oganta henadama. Why are you not responding? Okay, others? Respond karana berina kiya na, we'll stop the class. Okay, because once you do a question, we are going to do a discussion. I want to see what you have written. Am I lagging to others also? A little, okay. So it's probably my connection. Give me a second, let me try to change the network. Network change karo, I think it will be worse. It's a little windy outside and I think it's going to rain. Maybe that's why. But I'll keep my camera off for some time and let's see if it gets better. So 21 centimeters is the diameter. What I want is radius, right? So here r squared means I need two of the radius. So radius can 21 divided by 2. Mara radius because it's r squared. That is also 21 divided by 2. Multiplied by h is height. That is 25. Then let's do the division and multiplication and whatnot. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 7 is 21. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 1 is 7. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 11 is 22. Anything else that is that we can simplify? No. Yeah, I think so, Sahiru. Let's check. Anyways, in the numerator, we have 11, 21, and 25. We'll multiply. Munimma 21 multiplied by 11. 1 times 1, 1. 1 times 2, 2. 1 times 1, 1. 1 times 2, 2. So 1, 2 plus 1 is 3. And then here 2. That we have to multiply by 25. So let's multiply this by 25. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 3 is 15. 1 remaining. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 1, 11. 5 times 5. 5 times 2, 15. Okay. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 2 is 4. 5. 5 plus 2 is 7. 6 plus 1 is 7. 4 plus 1 is 5. So we have 5,775. In the denominator, we have 2. So we have to divide this by 2. So 5,775 divided by 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 1 remaining, 17. 2 times 8 is 16. 1 remaining, 7 and 1. So we have 17. 2 times 8 is 16. 1 remaining, 15. 2 times 7 is 14. 1 remaining. I put a 0, then I have to put a decimal point. Right? So 2 times 5 is 10. 0. 2,887.5 should be the answer. 2,800 and what is it again? 87.5. Good. So centimeters when you come the volume should be cubic centimeters. Is this clear to all of you, Lamai? Give me a thumbs up, please. Who's not here? Randira has disconnected and Denuri, no? I think Denuri has a connection issue because she keeps getting disconnected. All right. It's okay. Let's continue. Okay. Put the topic sphere. Well, let's finish the theory and then we can do as many questions as we want, right? Put the topic sphere. There's another question that I want you to do in con, but it's sphere again. Let's move on to that. Sphere එකේ ළමයි equation එක derive කරන විදිය textbook එකේ තියෙනවා, but that is not like they are not going to ask that in the exam, right? How to get the equation. So I thought rather than learning the derivation, we will just learn the equation itself. කොහොමද මේ equations ඔක්කොම ඔයගොල්ලෝ කටපාඩම් කරන්න ඕන, right? And most of the time usually O level paper එකේ volume equations ටික නම් ඒගොල්ලන් දෙනවා. Especially in the second paper, volume equations they give at the beginning of the paper. Surface area equations, they obviously don't give. Volume equations, they give. But even if they don't give, you should be able to, you should know, you should memorize the volume equations anyways, right? Sphere ke, again, as I said, මෙතන අපි කියවනේ කොහමද මේ equation එක ආවේ කියලා. In the con, we said that. Last week in the square pyramid also, we said that. But sphere ke, I'm not gonna explain that part much because ek exam mein hanna ekak and I feel like it's unnecessarily complicated. Okay. So we will straight away go ahead with the formula. So I have a sphere here and you all know sphere ka height it's just the radius, right? Sphere ka all we have to know is the radius. So this is the equation of how to find the volume. Volume of a sphere equals 4/3 pi r cube. 4/3 pi r cube is the formula for finding the volume of a sphere. 4 divided by 3 multiplied by pi multiplied by r cube. Okay, r times r times r. For an example, let's say you have a sphere where the radius is 21 centimeters. Yeah, that would be easy to simplify. Radius is 21 centimeters and that's all we know. And that's all we need anyways, because volume is equal to 4/3 pi r cube. 4/3 multiplied by pi is 22/7 multiplied by r is radius. So radius is 21 centimeters multiplied r cube. So that means r multiplied by r multiplied by r. 21 centimeters multiplied by 21 centimeters. Yes. So radius is 3 times multiply when known r cube. So 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 7 is 21. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 1 is 7. Dang, I think it's multiply කරන්න තමයි තියෙන්නේ. 4 times 22 is 88. Metana 21 දෙකක් තියෙනවනේ, let's see. 21 times 21 is 1 times 1 1, 1 times 2 2, 2 times 1 2, 2 times 2 4. So 1 2 plus 2 is 4 4. So we have 441. Medana multiply karama 441. Then 441 and 88 multiply karama. So 441 multiplied by 88. 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 4 is 32. 2 method layer 3 remaining. 8 times 4 is 32, 33, 34, 35. මෙතනත් ඒකම තමයි එන්නේ. Then 8. 8 plus 2 is 10, 1 remaining. 5 plus 1 is 6, 6 plus 2 is 8. 5 plus 3 is 8, 3. 38808. So 38808. Cubic centimeters. So this is the volume of this particular sphere. Did you all understand this, Namai? Okay, quickly copy this down. Quickly copy this down, make it fast. Done, ළමයි? Denuri, you got disconnected a few times, no? Denuri, can you hear me? Okay. මතක ඇතුව WhatsApp එකේ දාලා recording ඉල්ලගන්න because I'm pretty sure you missed here and there a little bit here and there since like you got disconnected a few times. So make sure that you got the like you request the recording and you actually watch it. Like what කියන්නේ බලන් යනකොට තේරෙනවානේ මේ ටික ඔයා හිටියා මේ ටික හිටියේ නැහැ කියලා. So එතකොට මේ ඒ ටික cover කරගන්න like get the recording and cover it up. Okay, shall we do a question from this part? Okay, exercise 5.3 okay. We have quite a bit of homework this week. අපි හිමින් සාරේ homework discuss කරමු. In exercise 5.3, can you all do the fourth question? This is on page 72. Exercise 5.3, fourth question. While you do this, give me like 2-3 minutes because I will not be here if you ask a question, right? But within 2-3 minutes, I will come here. When I come here, I will switch on the camera. Okay, එතක make run 5.3, fourth question. Read the question well. Done lamai? Anybody who has finished already? Give me a thumbs up. Okay. Anyone else? Abhi ඉමින්සර discuss කරමුද මේක? You know why? Because when I'm giving you homework, අපි at least එක question එකක් හරි class එකේ discuss කරලා තියෙන්න ඕනේ. Because otherwise, if I just randomly give you a lot of questions to do as homework, that doesn't work, no. Especially hemisphere questions, අපි එකක් හරි discuss කරලා තියෙන්න ඕනේ. Since we are running out of time also, we'll slowly discuss. Okay? Find the volume of a hemisphere of radius 10.5 centimeters. Did I not give you enough time? අනිතර කොච්චර තව time ඕනේද? Sahiru, Risindi, Pasindu? Sahiru is done. Okay. Risindi, Pasindu, all of you are done. අහද්දි කියන්නකො ළමයි. Okay. හරි. Surface area වගේ නෙමෙයි volume නම් volume නම් I mean if it's a sphere it's 4 over 3 pi r squared. If it's a hemisphere it's half of that. Right? So volume, since they have clearly said that this is a hemisphere, this should be half of 4 over 3 pi r squared. 4 over 3 pi r, sorry, pi r squared, pi r cube. 4 over 3 pi r, one second. 4 over 3 pi r cube is the volume of a sphere. So if you are taking a hemisphere, that's half of a sphere. So, ekai ma metana half kila then. Okay. Then 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4. So that is 2 over 3 pi r squared. ඔගන්ට කෙලින්ම මෙතන මේ half කතන්දරේ නැතුව කෙලින්ම 2 over 3 pi r squared දැම්මත් කමක් නැහැ. ඔගන්ට මතකයි නම් volume of a hemisphere is 2 over 3 pi r cube කියලා you can just straight away put it. It's okay. 2 over 3 pi is 22 over 7. R cube. R is 10.5. Cube කියන්නේ ඒ වගේ 3. 10.5 multiplied by 10.5 multiplied by 10.5. Okay. How did you do this after this? කොහොමද මේක මෙතනින් පස්සේ කරන්නේ? Can 10.5 divided by 3? Okay. What happens when you divide 10.5 by 3? 10.5 divided by 3. Can be divided. I mean, you get an answer. Actually, it can be divided. 10.5 can be divided by 3. 10.5, let's see, divided by 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 1 remaining. May 5 පල්ලෙහාට ගන්නවා. I keep the decimal point here. 3 times 5 is 50. So 3 times 1, 3 times 3.5. Is that clear to you, Ramai? Because there's a little bit of like, okay, that's a good one. මං ඒකත් උගන්ට කියන්න. I can 10.5 විදිහට ලියන්න තු you can write it as 21 divided by 2 also. ඒක අපි මං කියන්නේ I will show it separately. ඊට පස්සේ 3.5 ඒවා දෙකක් කියද? 3.5 multiplied by 2, what is the answer? 7. එහෙනම් 3.5 times 1, 3.5. 3.5 times 2 is 7. Then 22 can be divided by 2, then it's 11. Now we will do the simplification. 2 times 11 is 22 multiplied by 10.5 multiplied by 10.5. So 10.5 and 10.5 multiply karanna one. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 1 is 5. 0 times 5 is 0, 0, 0. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 0, 0. 1 times 1, 1. 5 to 5 plus 5 is 10. 1. So මෙතන decimal points දෙකක් තියෙනවා. So 110.25. ඒක 22 ගෙන් multiply වෙනවා. So මෙතනම අපිට multiply කරන්න පුළුවන්. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1, 5. 0. 2 times 1, 2. 2 times 1, 2. Again, මෙයාවත් multiply කරාම same thing you get. 5, 5, 2. 2 plus 2 is 4, 2. So we get 2,425.5. 2,425.5 cubic centimeters. මෙතන 10.5 දාන්න නැතුව 21 divided by 2 කියලා දාන්නත් පුළුවන්. ඒ කියන්නේ මෙන්න මේ step එකට you can put 2 over 3. I mean when you have 10.5 it's a decimal number නේ. Decimal number එක use කරද්දී සමහරවිට ටිකක් annoying, right? So ඒක හින්දා you can write 2 over 3 multiplied by 22 over 7 multiplied by 10.5 වෙනුවට you can write 21 divided by 2 because 21 divided by 2 is 10.5. So there are 3 10.5s. ඒ තුනම මම ලියනවා 21 divided by 2. And then you can do the simplification. So you should get the same answer. Is this clear lamai? This? Okay, all right. Yeah, now it's time to sleep. Can you all mark the homework? Homework මේක අපි මේ last week homework ටිකම තමයි මම ආයෙ ලිව්වේ. එහෙම ලියන්න හේතුව so that next week when I look at the homework list, it's easy for me to find out what we have to discuss, right? Then volume lesson එකේ exercise 5.1. Shall we do 5 and 6? Then exercise 5.2. Let's do eight and 9. No, just put 8. 5.3. Let's do 5. Okay, so these are the homework. And I will also send the whiteboard notes. So before we end the class, do you all have any questions or is everything clear? Metna, Sahiru, Risindi, Pasindu. What do you mean, Pasindu? What about the fields in combined maths? As in, like, what are the career paths? Is that what you're asking? Plenty, a lot, right? I mean, let's start with engineering, right? From engineering, wala kochchara godak tiyena branches. So, apita nitara mahanna hamba wenne just like general engineering and software engineering vitarai thamai e dekane godakma famous. But other than that, there are so many branches in engineering. Either was a math, combined maths color, you can go to physics, where you can go to like data science, data analysis. There are so much actually. But I have a lot of friends. Some of them are in engineering. Some of them like they didn't get enough marks to go to the engineering faculty, so they came to faculty of science where they did physics. Faculty of science වල bioscience කරන්නේ biology කරන කට්ටිය A levels වලට. Physical science කරන්නේ maths කරන කට්ටිය A levels වල. So physical science වල තියෙනවා මාරම ගොඩක්. Right? So I mean there are friends of mine who are doing like so many different, who did so many different researchers in maths. So maths karna, and there are so many paths. It's not just engineering. Just like A level biology karna, it's not always just doctor. There are so many paths. Okay. Okay. Then yeah, let's wrap up, Lamai. Let's wrap up and see you next week. Next week we have the class on it'll still be it'll be 23rd of March. Okay, Lamai. Good night. See you next week. And have a great week. Bye.